Hey guys, I'm Bryson here, welcome to my show, and today guess what, okay? This video we're going to be reacting to has nearly over 10 million views, and it's all about America's quote-unquote cheapest mother ever. And I want to find out exactly how is she so cheap and what does she choose to save her money for and where exactly does she put that money into, you know, because although you might be cheap, usually you do invest a lot of money also, but I want to find out exactly what she actually does. And by reading the comments for like 2 minutes, I found out that basically people are saying that she's depriving her kids from having a healthy lifestyle and that she basically lives in a mansion but doesn't feed her kids correctly. Now, I'm about to find out exactly what's going on along with you guys. And by the way, if you're new to the channel, guys, I upload videos on the channel every single day. So make sure to also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. And on top of that, also destroy the like button. Now, without further ado, let's find out what America's cheapest mom actually looks like.
My kids are total cheapskates. They know we don't waste anything. You eat every bite of food on your plate, pick up.
By the way, guys, okay, one thing about like having like cheap kids and also like a cheap mom and having like a cheap livelihood, in reality, believe it or not, kids get used to whatever you actually get them used to. You know, if you have a kid get used to very extravagant things, they become very extravagant people. If you have them get used to, for example, having, for example, a set amount of money and not being able to do certain things, well, they get used to that very quickly. So I learned very early on that basically people don't miss rarely what they never had. Okay, that's very interesting.
Pick up every penny you see. Good job, mister. I'm Jordan Page, and I'm the ultimate cheapskate housewife.
Okay, so obviously she's very proud about this also. By the way, I'm a big fan of frugality. I'm not such a big fan of just plain cheapness because usually cheapness is just like a whole different level, but frugality is different. And by the way, I also think it's fun that she also rewards the kids for basically like, okay, awesome job picking up pennies. By the way, I still till this day pick up pennies from the floor, on the street, in public, anytime I see one.
A typical family of 5 can spend up to $3,000 a month on household necessities.
Hey guys, you ready to eat some breakfast?
But Jordan, a 27-year-old housewife in Utah,
Wow, this woman is only 27 years old. She has 3 kids. Okay, that's interesting. I thought she was a little bit more older, but she's only 27 years old.
spends less than half of that.
The juice, we water it down big time. 1 part juice to 5 parts water. You guys want some waffles? Yeah!
Oh, wow, look at that. She waters down the juice. Now, you know, so far, guys, you know, it's very simple to me to just be here and judge, you know, be like, okay, you know what? Oh my gosh, like, how can you water down the juice? But in reality, if they don't have that much money, am I gonna judge them because of it? And in reality, if I ask you, you know what, do you rather live in a house with a nice zip code and a good education or water down your kids' drinks, you know? The answer is obvious, right? I think so, right? But I don't know. I don't know how much money you could possibly save by watering down drinks, but I'm curious.
It's all about not wasting anything, and the way to do that is, we call it rationing. I'm gonna give you guys some cereal, okay? We're gonna give you 14, so tell me when to stop. Ready?
1, 2, 3, 4. That's.
And remember, you need to eat all your Cheerios, or next time you only get 12.
Wow. Okay, so this is rationing cereal. Now, I could, again, be very judgy here, okay? But again, like, we live in a very wealthy country overall. I know in some countries, you know, maybe like third world countries, especially in my country, sometimes you do have to, for example, say like, hey, you're going to get this much food. Make sure you don't leave any on the plate because we don't know exactly what's going to happen tomorrow. But in this case, she's basically trying to ration out food. Here's my thing, okay? We live in a very wealthy country. And we also have to take care of our kids. So in reality, as long as this kid is getting, for example, his like daily intake of nutrition and also daily intake of calories, I don't really mind how she does it. Like, oh, only 14 here, but then she feeds them over here. The problem becomes where you're like underfeeding your kids and not really like getting them like a healthy lifestyle. So that might become a problem, but let's keep watching and see how intense this actually gets.
Scale of 1 to 10 of being a cheapskate, 10 being the highest, I'd probably say at 11 or 12.
Okay, Priya, you ready for your 2 lines of waffles?
Yeah.
Waffles are awesome because they have those lines like a grid. And so Hutch is 3, so he gets 3 lines of waffles. And I know that that's how much he can eat. This is breast.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So basically, you know, for me so far, it sounds like, for example, she knows exactly how her kids eat. Like, he'll eat like 14 Cheerios, okay? Like, she leveled it out. And she's also feeding him like 3 like lines of waffle, because basically she knows if he feeds him anymore, he's not really gonna eat it. But you know, okay, I'm kind of getting this, okay?
Milk here, and we love it because it's free. While they're young and they don't eat very much, I freeze as much breast milk as possible so that when they're done, then I still have a few months worth frozen to stretch it that much farther.
All right, so something about like this, like freezing your milk idea. By the way, here's the thing. Again, I am not judging, at least not yet. But the idea is that if there is no like bad thing that happens to the like genetics of the milk and makes it like unhealthy for them, if like save it, then I don't care. You know, as long as the kids are getting a healthy nutrition, I don't care. Okay, as long as it's not gonna hurt them. So far, nothing right here is making me like mad, but you know, it's just weird the way she rationalized things. Okay,
People a lot of times think some of my methods are a little extreme. Bacon's for Christmas. They think I'm a little crazy.
what? She said bacon is for Christmas? And so far all she fed her kids is like, you know, like flour from those waffles, and then some wheat from that cereal, some like milk with like, you know, some milk nutrition stuff, because it is breast milk. But I haven't seen any protein. So now I'm kind of like, okay, what's going on here?
Jordan has found some of the biggest savings in the bathroom, cutting her family's use of toilet paper from 300 rolls a year to only 40.
The way to stretch your money is to make everything count. 3? Should we do 3? Okay, let's rip 1.
Oh my God, are you serious? Like, you're making toilet paper stretch? Guys, this is where things just go beyond me, okay? Listen, I'm a very frugal person. Anyone that knows me will tell you, hey, Tommy saves money, but not to this level where I'm out here like counting like my toilet paper, like counting how many like toothpaste like I'm actually like putting in, how much is gonna last me for the entire year. The answer is, I'd rather, you know, you can do 2 things to save money, guys, okay? Number 1, you can cut your expenses, but you can only cut them so far before you start seeing blood. But the second thing you can possibly do is just basically make more money, increase your income, okay? But this is a whole new level.
But she wants to at least try and make that roll go farther.
4.
Awesome. Okay, now put that under Daddy's.
When I met Jordan, she would always
By the way, guys, this is it's a, you know, Jordan and her husband, they have to be in sync, right? To make sure all this works. And the kids, you can tell the kids are being brought up to actually think like all this stuff is normal, everything is fine, and they're actually having a lot of fun while doing all this stuff.
Shortly after we were married, an opportunity arose for us to...
Oh my gosh, look at that picture. Like her dress looks beautiful. He looks like he's wearing like a nice suit. I want to learn like how to save money in this wedding. Like, did she like get like a used dress? Like, okay, let me find out.
build what we thought would be our forever home. Things changed with the economy really fast, and suddenly we couldn't.
In reality, according to statistics out there, the average American moves every 5 years or so. So whatever forever home you think you're actually building, in reality, usually it's not really your forever home. Like, not at all.
Couldn't qualify for the loan for the house, but we had already built the house.
losing the house really triggered, in my opinion, her being an extreme cheapskate.
Today, the Page family is financially back on track, and their extreme saving measures allowed them to purchase a $1 million home.
Wow. Purchase a $1 million home. $1 million home. And to afford it, they have to live this way.
But Jordan didn't spend nearly that much.
The original owners bought it for over $1 million, and we got it on short sale for about $450,000. Then we were scrappy and we sold the basement apartment to my parents for half. So we paid $225,000 for this huge house that we love so much.
Wow, yeah, so she finessed the heck out of it, okay? She sold the basement to her parents. Why would her parents buy the basement? That is so weird. For $225,000. Like, why?
They live a lifestyle that would lead one to believe that they're much more affluent than they are.
By the way, let's admire that the kids do have toys. They are having fun. So I'm not sure like where the comments are coming from, like she's mistreating her kids. She seems like she's a very wonderful mother so far, honestly. Like aside from like the toilet paper, like I get like certain things, but you know, it's like she doesn't seem to be like mistreating her kids in any way.
I'm willing to pretty much do anything to save a buck. I was just wondering if you guys had any food that you're not using, like leftovers.
She's not proud.
Look at you gotta understand, guys, right? This is $1 million like neighborhood, okay? So basically everyone, it's like, you know, like at least has their things together. So you have your neighbor coming by and it's like, hey, just like checking, guys, do you guys have any food that you're not actually using? And by the way, just so you guys know, Americans, I think, are #1 when it comes to the amount of tons of food we actually throw away every single year without actually eating it. So do I find this disturbing? The answer is I wouldn't really do this, but I could see why she would do it, and I could see how she saves money. So it all depends on what you want to do. I could sit here and judge or admire. And so far, I'm admiring.
I've got some lettuce.
Sometimes I'll give her eggs and sometimes some stuff from our garden. But I know that she's very frugal, and so I know she's probably gonna put it to good use somehow.
Hey, good luck.
Have a good one.
Hey, bye.
Bye.
Yeah, you know, guys, you know, I actually admire this lady a lot. You know, could I actually deal with this? The answer is no. I would not possibly in any way be able to deal with a woman like this. You know, like this would just lead me to madness. Okay, like I would be drinking water and she would tell me like, hey, come on, like only 2 sips for today. Okay, tomorrow you can drink the rest, but 2 sips for today. It will lead me to madness. But so far, what she's doing is taking things to an extreme. But I could also understand psychologically what losing that first house had led her to believe.
Jordan's monthly food bill comes out to a mere $180, thanks to her creative money-saving solutions.
Just to say, guys, okay, $180 for a family of 5 is absolutely insane. I've done videos on this channel where we cover basically people that live by themselves, like a couple that spend literally like around $500. We're talking about a wife, we're talking about 3 kids, and we're also talking about a husband, okay? $180 is absolutely insane.
A neighbor of mine, she gave us some cookie dough that was about to expire. I bake cookies without using any power, and it doesn't make your house hot.
With the car temperature at 160 degrees, she's finished baking for free in 2 hours.
Wow. She's finished baking the cookies in 2 hours just to save money on the gas bill, for example, the electricity bill. You know, people tell me the kids are not getting anything, but the kids are also getting cookies. It's just like the method she's using is something that's like beyond me, but if it works, it works, okay? By the way, like how do the chemicals inside, because you know like cars usually like dispose of chemicals and stuff like that like inside the car, so I don't know how this would actually affect the food that they're actually consuming. But then again, I'm not a doctor and I'm also not an engineer, but I just don't know about the health risks to this, if there are any. Comment down below if you guys know about this.
A new trend with backyard farming, where I think we have plenty of space in the back and we're fenced. That I think if we
Wait a minute.
no, hear me out. We could raise a pig and then get a ton of pork out of it. You can pay upwards of $3.50 per dozen for eggs. You pay $10 for a chicken.
Okay, so I'm about to say a crazy idea that you guys probably never thought I would say. But I've always thought about having this also when it comes to like having like a house in the future, okay? Like having like my own backyards, having like my own chickens, my own animals to actually like feed me and stuff like that. Having like my own garden. Like those things always like gave me some type of like, you know, like, oh my gosh, like I'm one with the earth, something like that. But like not to like, oh my gosh, I want to save so much money on money. I mean, like I want to save so much money on food, but more about just like the feeling of like having like and growing your own food and having your food right there. Like to me, that sounds pretty cool, and that's something I actually want to do, because when I actually lived in the Dominican Republic, like my grandfather did this all the time, and he taught us this, you know. So it's something that I also want.
6 chickens later, you're getting a half dozen eggs a day. I mean, that's incredible. That's
Wow. If you have 6 chicken, you get a half an eggs a day. That's actually pretty awesome. I had no idea.
great savings.
What would our neighbors say to that?
Our neighbors might think we're crazy.
Yeah, but then again, it's none of their neighbor's business. And by the way, if you guys have not noticed, this woman is cooking tacos with lettuce, just like a lettuce shell, just so everybody here is on the same page, okay? I knew you guys were not gonna notice that, but I noticed it, and it's weird as heck.
Oh my gosh, look at all these chickens.
You see, like, that's pretty awesome to me, okay? Like, having, like, that. By the way, like, it wouldn't be, for example, like, if you have, like, a small backyard, it wouldn't work. Like, you obviously need at least, like, an acre or, like, 4 acres or, like, maybe even, like, 10 acres of land to actually give the animals what they actually need. But that's awesome, you know? Like, having your own animals to me is awesome.
Jordan spends only 3.5% of the family's income on food, 2/3 less than the national average.
3.5% of their income on food. Where does all the money go? Is it like it can't be like all house payments, because basically they saved a ton of money with the short sale and also by selling their parents the basement. So where does the money go?
Today, she hopes to lower that number even further.
We're in the market for some farm animals.
What do you want to look at?
Well, can we start with chickens?
Absolutely.
Okay. The research I've done has shown that you can raise your own animals for a fraction of the cost as it would be to buy an organic package of meat.
By the way, I think Gordon Ramsay also does this. Like, he raises his own chickens and also I think like his own goose in the backyard, and then his kids, like, you know, come together and they actually, you know, like respect the animal but then cook the animal also. I think that's awesome, man. I think that's so awesome. Like, what do you guys, am I crazy? Am I crazy also? Am I gonna be on this show? I don't think so. I don't think I'm that crazy.
So how many eggs will each chicken lay?
Chicken will lay an egg about every 26 hours.
Oh, that's awesome. That's like
A chicken will lay an egg about 20 every. I had no. How does this work? How does a chicken lay an egg every 20? This must be like why they mass produce like chickens. So I want to learn so much more about farming. Okay, I need to learn more about farming.
As soon as the chickens start squawking and making noise, her neighbors are going to be irritated with it. Here are some goats.
Hi. Oh, they're cute.
Especially with the goats. When they poop on her lawn, she's not going to like that.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying, right? If you have, for example, like a big piece of land, for example, like maybe like 10 acres or like 5 acres. So by the way, she lives in Utah. I think in Utah, right? You could probably get like a big piece of land like that and not really pay that much money. It just depends on the area you actually get it. But the idea is like you can raise chickens and stuff like that, but not, for example, in a very small yard, like with your neighbors, like saying like, oh my gosh, all that noise. You also have to respect like who you live around. You know, if I had a neighbor like with cool like all night long, and like the sheep and like the goats like scream, I'll be pretty mad. I'll be pretty mad.
We actually can't have a pig where we live, but could we buy one and then just have it raised here? And then
Sure.
We'll collect when it's big and fat?
Yes.
Ready?
I think that's awesome, right? So why not just buy everything there and just go ahead, like pay the rental on it and then the chickens and everything, and just every now and then you come back and you pay, for example, for all the food, and you pick up your food from the chickens and everything like that, just like that, right? It's a pretty awesome idea. Like, what do you guys think? I think that's actually an awesome idea. Honestly, that could be a whole business. Like, we have a business where people can actually buy their own animals, collect their own organic eggs. And for example, you ship them over all their organic eggs or whatever it is, or their organic meat, and it's a subscription. Oh, I just had $1 million idea. I just had $1 million idea. If you copy it, I want 10%.
Ready for bacon?
Yeah. So this baby would cost $80. Then you would have to pay $30 a month in feed.
At least the baby pig's gonna stay here, so we don't have to take care of it.
$80 and then $30 a month to actually feed it.
I have no idea what it's gonna be like having goats and chickens in our backyard. Hopefully they can't get out.
Should we let him go right here? Do you want to pet one? They love it here.
Look at
Oh
that.
my gosh.
Look at how
Oh my god, this is so cool, guys. This is so cool. But she should have built like a chicken coop, right? And like something like for the goats to actually like chilling. This is awesome. By the way, I think goats, like, they're one of the most destructive animals ever. Like, I've read books about like when people actually talk about goats and how destructive they are. They can be pretty destructive. So they might actually become a liability, and she might not even be thinking about it.
Not what we have in our backyards. Usually there are swing sets and...
All right, so look at the neighbors are like right. It's like one of those houses where like, hey, my backyard is here, but your backyard is right here. You know, I want to see, for example, okay, cool, you have whatever you have, like a swing set, but no, now I'm looking across, and what you have over there is chickens and goats.
Chicken.
Guys, you know what? I'm watching this video and I'm just having like a ton of fun. Like I don't know if I'm like desensitized because I've seen so many videos about cheap people, but this is one of like the most like, you know, like fun ones to actually watch. Okay, I'm not really seeing anything crazy here, honestly. I'm just having like a lot of fun.
The chickens, they would be laying half a dozen eggs a day. The goats, saving 12 bucks a day on a gallon of milk would be pretty awesome. Are we cut out to be backyard farmers? I don't know, but the numbers add up and there's something to be said for saving that much money.
Guys, that is the end of the video. Overall, I don't know what to tell you guys, but I'm convinced, okay, I'm about to have some farm animals and just like raise them in my backyard. Obviously, I'm kidding here, right? But it's like one of my dreams, you know, that's why I actually want it, not just like saving money. But the idea is, you know, I thought I was gonna watch this video and be like, okay, wow, she's doing such a terrible job with her kids, blah, blah, blah. But it sounds like a mom that's in fear of like ever having to go through that entire thing with her family again and say like, hey, I don't ever want to lose my house, or for example, if my kids at risk, so I want to cut money where I can actually cut money, but while also feeding my family and making sure they're healthy. I also see that in her. And on top of that, the one thing I don't understand is where this money is coming to, okay? And well, actually going to. So I actually want to see exactly, is she investing the bulk of the money? Is she only saving the money? Is it going to the house? You know, I want to find that out. But comment down below and let me know, did you think this was that insane? Like, I'm not sure if I'm just desensitized here, but I don't think it's that insane, honestly. Comment down below, let me know. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. And as always, if you like this video right here, guys, well, destroy a like button. On top of it, if you're new here, also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. And on top of that, also follow me on Instagram, Bryson. And before I go, if you want to watch another video on a cheapskate that basically cooks lasagna in a dishwasher just to save money, we'll watch this video right here and click on it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and as always, peace.